Welcome back to God is Alive. My name is Serena, and here I speak all about what it truly means to have a personal relationship with God. We have faith every day that we'll wake up tomorrow, so I want to start a fire in your heart to stop chasing the temporary things of this world and to put that same faith in God. So let's learn about God and learn to lean on God, because what's the worst that could happen? Hi, my loves. Welcome back to God is Alive. My name is Serena, and today I will be speaking about chasing the horizon is never going to bring you closer. We're all very much aware that we only have one life. There's no such thing as respawning. Have you ever seen that meme where it's like your homie is driving as if you've got 9 lives? We don't. And so I have a lot of goals that I want to do and accomplish with this one singular life here. And there's a lot of things that I want to do, and there's a lot of goals that I want to achieve, and it sucks because, you've got this person over here with the greener grass, and you're like, how do you get that green grass that you've got? Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. You're looking at that person who seems to got it all going on, and you're like, well, it would be a lot easier to accomplish my goals if I was at where you're at. And then we start to play this compare game, and we're like, man, how did so-and-so manage to do this so fast? Meanwhile, I'm still stuck on stage 1. I know I'm talking kind of vaguely, but we all have that thing that we want deep down, and we think once we get that thing that we want, it'll be smooth sailing. And so a lot of people will spend their whole life chasing this thing that they want, the thing that drives them, the thing that gives their life purpose. And then if you actually do achieve that thing, they realize it wasn't exactly what they wanted. And I know we can kind of understand that to an extent. Like, I know this is a silly example, but when I started working in the restaurant business, I started off as a host, and all I wanted to be was a waitress. So I worked my little butt off trying to be a waitress. And once I was a waitress, I was like, I don't even want this like I thought I did. So then we create a new goal to try to achieve. And so we all have this thing that we're chasing, this purpose for our life that we are trying to accomplish and or figure out. And purpose isn't the only thing that we want deep down. We want to have a purpose. We want to feel loved. We want to feel accepted. We want to feel worthy. We want to feel like we matter. We want to feel joy and happiness. We don't want to suffer. And the truth is, deep down, we want that greener grass. You know the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side, yada yada. We want that greener grass. We don't want our ugly, trashy grass. We want the green, nice grass. We want the grass that we're going to be proud of. We always want what we don't have, because we don't have it, so we want it. Our focus is always on something. Past, present, future, ourself, our limitations. We're always focused on something. And the majority of our time, we place our focus on things that are only going to bring us a temporary joy, a temporary little pleasure. But after that moment passes, we feel unfulfilled again. We're on to a new chase. We're on to a new purpose. And we can spend our whole life chasing that horizon. But it's never going to bring us what we actually want, which is to feel satisfied, which is to feel like we did something, we accomplished something, we made it. We chase these things and these dreams and our desires, thinking that it's going to fill this feeling, and it never does. Because only one thing can fill that feeling, and it's God. So why is God the key to our satisfaction? Why is it that chasing God instead of chasing all these other things is actually what's going to make us feel whole, actually make us feel loved and worthy and satisfied? And so to answer this question, I want you to think about paradise. So I guess that would be like the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve. Technically, they had no worries, no problems. They lived in paradise. They had everything they ever needed, all the food, the water. They didn't have to work. They didn't have to, And we all know what she chose to do in that moment. Even though she had everything, she still wanted to take a bite of that apple. She still desired more. Even if we have everything that we could ever need, we can still desire more. It's a never-ending cycle because when we are focused on ourselves, it creates this never-ending cycle of chasing things that we think we want, that we think we need. And so when our focus is on ourselves, it's gonna cause this never-ending cycle of chasing things that we don't even need, that we think we want and we don't even need. And so the reason why chasing these things never actually brings us closer to where we want to be, what we truly want, is because we are doing this for the first time. We are living life for the first time. We don't know what we truly want, what we truly desire, that it's not actually going to bring us what we want deep down. We think it will, but it doesn't. And the reason why we feel the most fulfilled deep down when we are chasing God instead of the things that we think we want is because deep down we have this hole inside of us. This empty feeling inside of us that we try to run from. And we try to tell ourselves, oh, if I do this and I prove myself here, it's gonna go away. And it never does. We try to fill that hole with substances, with feelings, with people, with materialistic things, and it's never filled and leaves us more empty because the more and more we try to fill it, the more and more we run and we chase that horizon, we never get any closer because we're not chasing the right thing. We're not filling that hole inside of us with the right thing. That spiritual hole. And the moment that we start chasing Him instead of that horizon, that empty feeling inside starts to get replaced by this new feeling. And when you get a taste of that feeling, you crave more and more of it. And it's so interesting because your life can be the same. You may still not have the job that you want. You may still not be in that part of your life that you want to be in. You still may not have achieved your dreams that you've been wanting. But yet you feel whole. You feel complete. You don't need those things anymore. You don't even care about those things anymore because that feeling that you were chasing, you receive through chasing Him. And the more and more we chase Him instead of our own desires, our own goals, the more and more you will genuinely feel happier, more peace. You will feel more like you. You feel almost like a new person, even though it's still just the same you. Because you're no longer chasing the things that you once thought would satisfy you. And you start chasing the one thing that does, that can. I know this was a quicker podcast, but I hope you got something out of it. Today's song of the day is Another in the Fire by Hillsong United and Taya. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's podcast, and I cannot wait to talk to you again next time.